Check it out. 19 minutes a week is going to allow me to reach more people and blow up my channel. Here's how you can do it too. I want to talk about the frequency of how often we publish and a very step-by-step approach that I've used in the past with great success. You know, it doesn't matter if you're just getting started and you're 30 years old, or you're just getting started and you're 60 years old. At the end of the day, there is a huge amount of viewers, billions of people that access YouTube every day, and they're looking for content just like yours. I think about my YouTube channel and specifically individual videos. And I know I'm either doing a little too much or not enough. In other words, how much time I spend on every single individual video is simply not enough or too much. I go over the top. Little things I do with my editing, nobody notices, and it takes me time. I'm spending too much time, and the return I get is just not what I'm after. YouTube success is really complicated. There are so many factors: the algorithm, the competition, the niche you're in, and more. But I want to ask you the question, and feel free to tell me if you feel like I'm spending too much time on the editing, if some of the videos are, like the last video I published, you know, I had a very specific direction. I was targeting YouTube search because statistically speaking, I've published videos in the past that have done very well in YouTube search. So I'm connected to that. I know that that's a way to succeed. And yet I also know the title, the topic, the thumbnail really drive and can increase the click-through rate, which can impact the algorithm and get me more views. How do you move forward? Again, I'm curious for you. Do you feel like you're spending a little bit too much time on the videos you're publishing, or do you feel like you're not spending enough time and you need to be a little bit more organized? Here's what's interesting. Several of you have mentioned, you know, please make a video on niches. And this morning, I got ready. You know, I didn't shave, but I showered, I got the hair done, and I've got a lot of good ideas on a script that I'm not looking at right now, because this video is not about that. And I thought, this is a topic that has the potential to do extremely well. I've seen other videos by other creators that have published videos about the niche you choose and, you know, the best niche moving forward. And it's timely too. I want to talk about that as we move forward, really understanding how to be timely, what people will search for in the coming weeks and months, and so on. And I was ready to come down to the studio. I was ready to shoot the video, but I thought, I think I just need to spend a little bit more time on this video. And I hope it pays off. So for the last 2 hours, I've sat down with ChatGPT and I've used my ideas. And one of the things that's so powerful for me is I'm able to take an idea that I have, and literally on my iPad, I'm looking at, I use my iPad for so many things. Like right now, I'm monitoring myself and I can control my Sony camera. That makes it easier. Before I was having 2 apps open in my iPad. One is Notes for the actual script, and then the other is ChatGPT. This is powerful because it gives me a chance to take my ideas and I think, well, I want an exact example of the niche and how much you could potentially make. And I tell the tool, ChatGPT, like, give me an example on this kind of a niche, and boom, I've got that information. So I'm using AI to move faster, but I still have to spend enough time to get the results that I'm after. And again, I'd love to get your feedback. Do you feel like you're spending too much time on your videos and you're not seeing a result? Or you know that you're spending a lot of time, but you also see things where you could improve the audio, the video quality, and more. And yet, if I talk about that, I'll tell you about 2 videos I saw today. One was from an older woman talking about how she's gotten monetized. She's done YouTube for now about 18 months, she said. And she's published 1 video that did extremely well, allowing her to get monetized, make money, and so on. But the rest are struggling. And I can tell you right now, if I was working with her, first off, the lighting was flickering, which tells me her camera setting was probably auto. and the ISO is changing, trying to adjust for the outdoor weather, and that could distract a lot of viewers and they could click off. This is an example where spending more time early to learn all the things we need to learn to improve the audio, to improve the video quality, to learn our cameras, to spend more time scripting, to really understand if this video idea is the one that's going to allow us to move forward, will actually do that thing. You know, it doesn't matter if you're just getting started and you're 30 years old, or you're just getting started and they're looking for content just like mine. So for me, it's like, do I spend a little bit more time on the script before I film? And this morning, the answer was yes. But I also know there's value in just publishing on a frequent basis. So the reason I'm filming this video right now is to do that, is to share this idea that I've got in my head. I want to be able to do two kinds of videos and move forward and grow my channel. One is where I'm really thinking about one solid video that I'm kind of going to script or have a lot of bullet points and examples and screenshots so I can help people understand how to move forward and get better results with their channel. And then the other is a simple video just like this where I sit down and I turn on my camera and I talk. I don't have any script. I don't know exactly how this video will come out, but I do believe that there will be a few people that will find value in this. And furthermore, I know, because I've made a lot of videos, that some of the videos I've published in the past, I didn't spend hardly any time at all on. One video was about how to get subscribers, and I really approached it from a simple manner, and that's really important for my audience. If I go too deep, which I often do, I get too in the weeds with algorithms and statistics and all the minute details that you might not see. And furthermore, for a lot of people, they're like, I just want to make videos. So what do? They click off. But at the same time, because I go a little deeper, it really connects with people that are super serious, and it's allowed me to sell courses, do brand deals, make great money and more. So again, I'm just curious, do you think you need to spend a little bit more time with the videos you make, really having a solid structure in place before you sit down in front of the camera? Or do you think you'd be better off to publish a bunch of videos? So right now I can look at this video and I see I've been talking for about 7 minutes. One of the things I'm really conscious of today is I don't want to publish a video unless it's at least 12 to 14 minutes long. Now, does that mean I'm adding fluff? I'll let you decide. I don't think it matters. For me personally, I know I've got plenty of topics I can talk about, and they have all got information that will lead people to make better decisions on the videos they publish. At least this is what I'm thinking for myself. And I know I'm far more likely to hit the algorithm and trigger the algorithm with longer videos, because when you publish a 15-minute video, you're more likely going to get a higher average view duration, which absolutely can trigger the algorithm because it's watch time, right? You need people to click and you need to get them to watch as long as possible. So going longer only makes it easier to get the needed watch time to trigger the algorithm and grow. One of the things I said to myself today is I'm really going to publish videos that are at least, again, 12 minutes long. That's it. Now, fact of the matter is, think about this. Like, I could stop right now. We're at 9 minutes, so I've got a few pauses. I'm thinking the video, when it's done, the record time is 9 minutes, but when I take out the pauses and whatnot, maybe the video's at 8 minutes, and I want to hit 12. So I'm going to talk about a few more things that I know, matter to me. And then you get to decide if you stick around. And what I want to know from you is, I'm really curious, what's holding you back? What are the things that you're focused on, a little worried about, things that you feel are not good enough, or maybe you're pushing forward so fast and you do need to slow down. I see a lot of YouTubers, and I don't like to sugarcoat things. You know what I mean? There's a level of excellence that I think is important to strive to hit, knowing it doesn't need to be perfect. You know, Vince Lombardi talks about we're going to strive for perfection, knowing that it's unattainable, but along the way, we'll arrive at excellence. And you look at the best YouTubers, have you ever noticed that they communicate really clearly? Have you ever noticed that a lot of YouTubers have nice looking backgrounds? It doesn't mean you need to spend a lot of money, but taking the time, again, to prepare how things look can really help. Like, I've done a few small changes with about every video I've published with this new set. And you probably don't see the changes, but I do. And I know this has allowed me to move forward and slowly make improvements while also publishing videos on a regular basis. You know, earlier I talked about the video I'm making about niche markets, niche topics on YouTube, the best niche for 2025, the best niche for you specifically. And that's a video I'm kind of meticulous about right now. This video is not, but I believe that there is probably one person out there that is gaining value from this, and I just want to step up. And there's one other really powerful thing that happens, because now I'm publishing, instead of one video per week, I'm publishing 2, and that is the most important thing when it comes to YouTube success. I'm improving, and that is my ability to communicate clearly. My ability to communicate with my voice, my words, not saying taking a pause and more, because how I show up on camera, it matters. And if I'm publishing 2 videos per week, well then I've got twice the opportunity to get in front of more people. And we don't always know which video is going to hit. I know one of the videos that took off for me early, I was not planning on making. This is the second one, right? The first one was about YouTube subscribers. The second one was about making videos and editing on your iPhone. And when you do that, you just make a video, sometimes magical things happen. Like this video, I wasn't taking myself too seriously because it wasn't a big deal. I don't know. I don't always have the answer. I never claim to have the answer. But what I can share is my experience, the things I've done, and the love I have for YouTube. If you're thinking about YouTube and it looks really exciting, but you're a little intimidated, I want to encourage you to take a chance and make a few videos. If you're excited about YouTube and you really want to get to the next level, I want to encourage you just to have some reflection on where you're at and the things you could do, the steps you could take to make small improvements that over time will lead you to the success that we want. You know, the fact of the matter is there are a lot of channels that are one-hit wonders. They publish 1 or 2 videos, but they can't really duplicate their success. And when I was coming up, I started in 2016. And it took me a while. I was really all over the place. And I was quirky and fun, and I had a lot of great things to say that people appreciated. But that quirky spirit that I have, that's part of who I am, also showed up. And that was a roadblock for a lot of people. They couldn't get past my quirky sensibilities. And I learned that, well, I can dial back and I'm still myself. I'm still the authentic Brian G. Johnson. I'm just showing up in a different version of myself. Just like you might show up one way for a job interview, you may show up another way when you hang out with your friends, and YouTube is like that too. You know, if you're wanting to achieve another level, what can you do? What can you do today to get yourself closer to that thing? And if you're thinking, well, the algorithm, sure, you can say that, but I mean, I really want good things for you. And sure, the algorithm might be holding you back, but there are a lot of things you can do to your content. You can take more time with your videos like I'm doing with the video that I'll film in the coming days. You could publish more videos if you're not publishing enough. There are things you can do to improve your on-screen performance, your ability to communicate, your titles, your thumbnails, your camera settings, and more. Anyway, I just wanted to come down today because I want to publish a video. If I publish a video, it's going to keep my browse traffic flowing. You know, how can I get suggested? If you publish on a regular basis, you're going to feed the algorithm, and people that come in and find you are going to be more likely to be served another video of yours because you just published. But if you're only publishing 1 or 2 videos a month, the likelihood that happens is much, much less, right? Literally, if you publish 5 to 8 videos a month, you're going to be so many times more likely to have the algorithm push out your video because you're going to be showing up in browse, which is one of the easiest and most powerful ways to get more views. Have a niche, but over time become the niche. This is another thing I want to talk about. You know, a lot of people are saying, well, you don't need a niche, and I understand their viewpoint. But I think early on, we need all the benefit and the help we can get in order to get in front of an audience. And if you talk about one specific thing, you'll be more likely to find a viewer or have a viewer find you, and to have that viewer come back to your channel. It's common knowledge, right? If you publish 20 videos on editing, you're going to be more likely to publish one banger that does well. 5 to 10% of the videos you publish are going to do well. But what about some of those other videos that came really close to doing well? And the one that takes off is going to bring in this audience, and guess what they're going to do? They're going to watch other videos because they're on the same subject. Hey, the video's over. It says 17 minutes. I bet this video will be 14 to 15 minutes long. And if you're still watching, I just want to say, hey man, peace, power, poodles, pixie dust, and let's do this thing. Small steps really add up.